You're right, I'm not ready to throw it. Because that would be the first error. If I threw it, it would be a mistake, because no better than I throw, I better not do that. But you're looking at Speedy, my 3-banded armadillo. I did say his name is Speedy, right? I did say that. I thought what I thought. I just want to make sure. But when I introduce Speedy and he sits there like that, I just open the door and hope my wife magically appears with Harry, our 6-banded armadillo. Now the thing about Harry, look at this nonsense. Guys, if I got my back rubbed half as much as these animals get theirs rubbed, I'd be happy and easy to get along with also. Whoever thought you'd see an armadillo like to have a back rub like that? Now the other part of it is, notice the large claws they have. They use those claws for digging for grubs, mites, and insects, and other things they might want to harvest for their next meal. You're looking at Speedy the 3-banded, Harry the 6-banded. Here in the United States, we have a 9-banded armadillo. Now, Speedy there is unique. Grab him, flip him up. Harry, when you flip him on the back, notice they don't have the plating to protect the vitals. Just like our native North American armadillo, the 9-banded, when they're flipped on their back like that, they're vulnerable for something to come up and grab a chunk out of the midsection and harvest that animal for their next meal. One of the unique situations about them. As I say, the claws and everything else that way for digging. Hey, go that way. Speedy, go that way. Go that way. Turn around, go that way. Forward. Go forward. Go left. Go right. All right, Speedy, come here. I don't want to chase him off the edge of the stage, right? If you would, guys, give my wife Karen and Harry a big hand there, please. Speedy here lives at home in a 100-gallon stock tank. When he gets up at night, he'll make a track around the outside of the tank. He'll run around all night. When he goes to bed in the morning, he'll take all those shavings and pile them up in a big pile on the end. We know he's in there because we have had to look for him before, but you swore he is because he'll get totally underneath where you can't see him. But the thing about Speedy I want you to notice, just like I said about fingerprinting, no two of these have the exact same design. The other thing I want you to notice is look at the head and look at the tail. The only member of the armadillo family that can roll up an entire ball and protect the entire body. Now, you know the 9-banded armadillos we have here in the United States? Has anybody seen a live 9-banded armadillo? Usually when you see a 9-banded armadillo down south, they're laying beside the road upside down imitating possum on a half shell. Because our armadillos we have here in the United States, they ain't too smart. Because when a car comes down the road and they run across the road, when the headlights hit them, they jump up in front of the car. I mean, guys, what do you expect when that happens? That's what I say. It's kind of like, take me away, bumper. But as I say, it's one of the things about our armadillos. But now, we're going to move on to the mouth of Africa. We happen to have an adult male lion at home. We've had people told us they've heard our lion at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 miles away, when they were sitting in the deer stand. Now, I didn't think that was unusual. I thought everybody had a lion in their backyard, but I guess I'm mistaken that away. But the thing about this lion, the lion at home, they say they can hear them for 5 miles away in Africa. This next guy is also native to Africa, and if he was the size of an African lion, I guarantee you could probably hear him for 55 miles away, because he's very shrill and squeals a lot at home. Native to the savannas of Africa, I'd like to introduce you to Jake, our Fennec Fox. You're looking, folks, at the largest eared mammal known to man. What they do is they circulate the blood through their ears to cool their body back down. That's their cooling system, just like the radiator is on your car engine. If you'll also look at the bottom of Jake's feet, he's the only member of the canine family that has fur on the bottom of his feet to help protect him, because where this guy lives in the savannas, the temperatures exceed 135 degrees. And he wants his back rubbed too. If that isn't spoiled, folks, there's nothing spoiled. Now, the other thing about this guy here, he looks for his food at night, sleeping during the day. His food being crickets, frogs, lizards, and little things like that. But now, you girls out there always get out of bed when your parents tell you to, right? Guess what? Our daughter didn't either. We had Jake and his brother in the house. We'd let them out of the crate, and they'd run out of the house, and we'd play for a while, and they decided they wanted our daughter out of bed. They'd run to her bedroom door. They'd lay outside her door. They'd scream and holler and make all kinds of noise for 5 minutes. We call that the 5-minute warning. If she was not out of bed in 5 minutes, we open the door. Jake's on top of the bed, under the sheets, over the top of her and everywhere else, along with his brother in hot pursuit. Our daughter is calling her everything but mom, me everything but dad. His name ain't Jake no more, but she gets out of bed. It works pretty darn good. Now Jake here, he is very unusual, folks, let me tell you. Anybody ever seen a guard dog? You know what guard dogs do? They live with the sheep and guard the sheep. They live in the barn, guard the barn, whatever the situation is. Everybody ever seen a guard fox? Let's see how Jake does, because sometimes he gets a little carried away here. I have to stay away sometimes. Isn't that right, Jake? See what I mean by very loud for his size? Jake, you're spoiled. Now quit letting her spoil you that way. Quit. I think we're done, folks. If you would, give Jake a big hand, please. You know,